I'm gonna try on everything. I've said I will, and I will. Gosh, this is a lot of jumpers. Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm gonna try on, and honestly I'm a bit reluctant to even say this, but I'm gonna try on all my jeans and all my jumpers, which seems pretty intense, but this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I actually think that my wardrobe is the opposite of full. It's empty. Let me quickly show you. I still don't have knobs for this. It's on my to-do list. My wardrobe is pretty empty. Like here, you know, I could like fit double of what I've got. On the other side is kind of the same story. I do have a lot of jumpers, kind of an embarrassing amount of jumpers to be honest. And despite not needing the space necessarily, I just want to make sure that my wardrobe is just filled with items that I really love, to be completely honest, and I really feel that it's not. I really need to build on my wardrobe this year, and it's definitely something that I am like actively trying to do. So I think that trying on everything I own is a great idea, and today I've decided to do jumpers. I just want to give the things that I'm not wearing a better home. The items that I decided to get rid of, I am going to firstly give to my mum, like she gets first dibs. If she wants anything, she'll keep it, or sometimes she'll give it to my aunts, so her sisters. And other than that, it will typically go to charity. I might, if it's something particularly nice, I might offer it to my cousins first, but that's where most things will be going that I don't keep. I have largely 2 drawers of knitwear, and actually I do have like some knitwear up here, so clearly I don't quite have enough space for knitwear, and I don't really want to dedicate any more drawer space to knitwear. But 2 drawers of knitwear. I'm going to take everything out and I'm going to count it. Also, my wardrobe is like relatively new. This is very much happening, which I'm not thrilled about. How do I stop this happening? Like, I have to have stuff in here, and sometimes it's a little bit heavier, so any tips would be hugely appreciated. So as I removed everything, I counted how many pieces of knitwear I have, and I have in excess, and I think like well in excess of 40 pieces of knitwear, which is just too much. I think like realistically, if I get rid of 5 items, I think that's decent. You guys might disagree, but realistically I do love a lot of these pieces, but I'm going to try and be a little bit ruthless. I'm doing this in my room, and my room faces the front of the house, and I have blinds but not curtains, so people can definitely see into my room. I feel like I don't have much options. Like, we need light, so I'm just going to do it with a black vest on underneath so that I'm not like being too inappropriate for my neighbours. But I'm going to start with red jumpers. I've got quite a few. I think red is a colour that kind of suits me, so I've got this one from Other Stories. I am very much welcome you to let me know like, what I should throw away and what I should keep. I'm going to say throw away, I don't mean throw away, what I should donate. Okay, this is from Other Stories. Honestly, I find that it's not really a jumper I wear that much, but I think it like somewhat suits me, and I think it's a jumper I am probably going to keep. I like it. It's in decent condition still, so I think this is one I'm going to keep. I think sizing is okay as well. I have got a mirror just to the right of you, so that's why I might be looking that way. This is a size small, so probably it is a bit smaller than I should have, but let me know, like, is this okay? I think I'm keeping this though. And then I have kind of 2 more red jumpers. This one is from Kettlewell, and it is a large. There's something about this one that honestly really gives me school jumper vibes, which means that I feel like I don't really end up wearing it that much. It's annoying because I'm not really like styling it, I'm just like showing you what this jumper looks like. It would just take me too long to style every jumper. I mean, it fits. I think the fit is okay. I purposefully went a few sizes up. Again, I'm leaning towards keep. Again, if you guys come back and say no, that should definitely have been a get rid of, I will get rid of it. This is from Find. It is a red cashmere jumper. I don't think I've worn this year, which makes me think maybe it's a bit small. It's a size medium. Now I would have definitely have ordered a large. Again, I think red kind of suits me. I think it's like a decent fit, so I'm kind of leaning towards keeping this one as well. I actually think I probably prefer this to the last one. It's just, again, it's just a shame it's not like one size bigger. I think I'm keeping this. And then I have one more red jumper, but it's kind of multicolored. This one, I don't think I've got enough fun jumpers. This is a size 12 from ASOS, and I think this is from the petite section originally, and I am not petite, I am 5'7". So the sleeves are like slightly short, but honestly not like overly noticeable. I just think this is a fun jumper. I really don't have very many fun jumpers, so again, I'm going to keep this. I don't think it's like the most fashion jumper, but sometimes I just want a fun jumper, and I would say this is the only like mildly fun jumper I own, but I would love to own more. And then we're going to go into this one, but I'm going to tell you now that I'm going to get rid of this, and honestly really reluctantly. Orange just is not on my colour chart. I bought this jumper from Topshop ages ago. I think I got this from like a Topshop, a random Topshop, like a Topshop in Watford. And honestly, I like it. It's cashmere. I paid peanuts for it considering it's a cashmere jumper from the shop. It was on sale. I think I paid like £12 for it at the time, but it was a while ago. This jumper might be 10 years old. And honestly, I really loved it. With the orange not being my colour, I'm just happy to get rid of it. I did really enjoy though having like a bright coloured jumper in my wardrobe, and for ages I used to reach for it a lot, especially like in winter when you're just wearing like a coat and you can see a bit of a jumper. Having like a bright coloured jumper I just think is the way forward. But I'm going to let this go because it is orange. It's also cashmere, and I think at some point something did have a little nibble at it, so it has been repaired a tiny bit. Otherwise I probably would see if my cousin wants it, because I think this would really suit her. I think for now this is my first jumper that I'm going to get rid of. And actually, I only have one other jumper that is like a colour, so we'll go with that. This is from Oliver Bonner's, and this one I really need your opinion on. This is a size 10. I'm not a size 10. I'm typically a size 12, but I think this is still a good shape. But I am a winter in terms of seasonal analysis, and I don't know if this is a bit too peachy for me, so I would really love your thoughts on this one in particular. I think I'm happy to let it go. Like, I'll be a bit sad, but if it's not my colour, then I kind of don't need to keep it. It's super soft. I think it is like a crappy material. It's probably like some sort of acrylic. Yeah, it's polyamide, but it is super soft. But equally, I'm happy to let it go, so let me know what you guys think on this one. So I think we're going to start with off-whites. Honestly, I really like this jumper, but equally I feel like it looks a bit sloppy always. The material's not very good. Oh, I'm kind of leaning towards not keeping this. I think for now I am going to keep it, but I would love to replace it with something kind of similar that is a nicer material. The thing is, sometimes I find that like having these not so good material jumpers, at least they don't go bobbly as quickly as a wool or a cashmere. So again, do let me know your thoughts. Should I get rid of this one? It's from Naked originally. And then there's this one. It's from Meraki. I have this in a medium. Oh, the hole for your head is tiny. Okay, what do we think here? I mean, like I said, I really like a cream jumper. I have got a black vest on underneath and you can see that. But I actually think I'm kind of leaning towards keeping this. You need to imagine it like tucked or kind of styled a bit more. Yeah, I think actually I'm going to keep this and hopefully wear it. The head hole is very small, which is annoying. And then I have this one from Gant. I mean, honestly, I've not done a good job so far at getting rid of jumpers. Kind of just fine. Maybe even this is the one I'm going to get rid of. It's like a bit floppy. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this. I think my mum, in terms of jumpers, is like one size bigger than me. So I think this might just look a little bit nicer on her. So I'm not going to think about it too much. This is a medium, and I'm just going to get rid of this one. This jumper is looking old, but it's a comfort jumper. And you'll see I have a few of those. I just love this jumper. It was from Monkey. I don't even think this colour really suits me, but I don't know, there's something about the shape that I really liked. It just feels like comfy to me, and so I am going to keep it, even though every time I wear this jumper, my mum tells me that it's just looking a bit tatty and I should be getting rid of it, but for now I'll hold on to it. And then this one from Oasis is a little bit older, but looks like this. I think again that's nice enough. It's annoying because I got you can see my vest underneath, but yeah, I don't dislike that. This one reluctantly I think I'm gonna get rid of. I think this is just a bit yellow for me. It's a Uniqlo cashmere jumper in a large. I love Uniqlo cashmere jumpers, but I would always go for a men's because they're just a little bit thicker, they're just a little bit nicer in my opinion. Yeah, this one I just think looks really just a bit gross on me. Like, it looks dirty. You can just tell that this is not my sort of colour. And then this one I'm going to reluctantly try on because honestly I really like it, and it ends up in a lot of like my content, but it's a bit itchy, so I have to wear a thermal under it, which means it has to be cold enough to wear a thermal. Like, fluff goes everywhere, but it is one that I enjoy wearing. Again, like colour wise, I'm not sure if it's like the best colour on me, but I think it's fine. And I actually have the same jumper in brown. These jumpers are itchy, like I cannot lie. I do kind of like the look of the material. Brown is not my colour. Again, I am a winter, I'm a true winter. I think a deeper true winter. I was a bit confused. But so brown isn't really my colour, but I actually don't think this jumper looks too bad on me. I wouldn't say like brown is the worst colour on me, despite not necessarily being the best. I am going to keep this. It's in good condition. I don't really have a variety in colours in my jumpers. I definitely need to add maybe like some blues into my jumper wardrobe. I have this. I bought this off eBay. I remember like really wanting a cashmere jumper from M&S. They're expensive as like far as regular jumpers go, but not expensive as far as like cashmere jumpers go. But I went for this colour. I don't think really suits me. It's very like close to my skin tone. I don't know. I just think it's a tiny bit small if I have a thermal on underneath, which often if I'm wearing a jumper, if I'm wearing a cashmere jumper I will. There is fluff from the previous jumper in my eye. Something happened between removing the fluff from my eye and trying on this jumper, but essentially I quite like this jumper. I'm like willing to get rid of it if you guys think it looks awful, but equally I'm tempted to keep it. I could just resell it, so let me know what you think. I could resell it and like buy another colour that suits me more, but let me know. I then have this jumper, which is a cashmere jumper that I like to wear at home as a comfy working from home jumper when no one's going to see what I look like. But I try not to have too many working from home jumpers, because any jumper can be a working from home jumper, but it's cashmere and it's warm, and that's why I'm tempted to keep it. So this one is very much in its own limbo. I think I'm allowed like 2 working from home jumpers because winter's cold, so I'm going to put this in its own maybe pile so I can make sure that I don't keep too many working from home jumpers. This one is another one I'm going to get rid of. I think it was originally from John Lewis. It's a size 16, but I recently learned that you can tell if a jumper is cashmere and it's shrunk by listening to it. If you like pull it and it kind of like makes a noise, you can like tell that it has shrunk, and this one I'm pretty sure has shrunk. I think when I bought it, it had already shrunk, which is a bit annoying. This is not a size 16. This jumper just isn't working. Like, I actually think I paid far too much for this jumper considering it's a shrunken cashmere jumper, but sometimes that happens and I just think, okay, it was just my charity because I got it from a charity shop. But that one is going, so we are I think we're 4 jumpers down. This one is from Amazon Find, I think probably a size large, and it is another cashmere. I mean, I'm going to keep this. It's in decent condition and it's a cashmere jumper and it's in one of my colours. This one, however, I am in real 2 minds about. I think this is probably going to be one I get rid of. I like it. It's a bit of a fun jumper actually, initially from Amazon, but I just don't find I reach for it enough. I just think that like, it's not really like an outfit jumper, it's just like a jumper you wear. Let me know, like, do I keep this or do I get rid of it? I think I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to put this in the get rid of it pile. If you guys are like, no, you should keep that, I will go get it from the pile, but do let me know. One more grey jumper. This jumper has been in the getting rid of pile before, and then it ended up back here. It's a crop jumper. It has this like weird back to it. I don't think I'll miss it. Like, I think it's a bit blah. I think it's going. Another very much working from home jumper. I loved this jumper. I got this jumper for like peanuts in the Zara sale in Portugal. The Zara sale in Portugal and Spain is so good. I honestly think I paid like £6 for this, and it was like, I want to say 15 years ago when it looked much better than it does now. This is again another working from home jumper. I just like it. It's a bit of a comfort jumper for me, I think, so I am going to keep it. And then I only have 1 black jumper, and I think that's something that's really lacking from my wardrobe, is a black jumper. And this one I think is gonna go. It's from Hush, which is a brand I love. It's up there with being one of my favourite brands, but this jumper I just think does nothing for me. I think this neckline in particular is like awful, to be completely honest. I think it weirdly like really like sits here. I just don't think this is a good jumper. This was my mum, so she gave it to me. I feel like it didn't work for her and it's not working for me, so we'll see if she wants it back or it'll be going to charity. I love a navy jumper so much. I have a few. This is my 3rd at home jumper. This used to be my favourite jumper ever, and then it shrunk. I don't think it looks like overly shrunk, but it is. Like, I know it is, and it's like slightly felted. It's a working from home jumper that I can just about get away with going out in, so again, it is probably going to be one that I keep. It's a nice jumper to wear under clothes when it's like very cold, because it is cashmere, therefore it's very warm. But I'm not precious about it because it's already shrunk. I know I shouldn't keep it, but I'm going to keep it. Here's a J. Crew jumper. I'm actually not sure how this ended up in my wardrobe, but I think this is definitely going to be one that I get rid of. Yeah, I think this is a men's navy jumper. I think maybe it was Mike's. but I'm gonna get rid of this one. The last Uniqlo jumper I just showed you was also men's. Maybe, I think it's in the wash. My favourite jumper at the moment is a cashmere Uniqlo navy jumper. It's basically this, but before it shrunk, and I really love it. This is from The Drop. It's a navy jumper. This is a brand that's available via Amazon. Oh, I was kind of leaning towards getting rid of it, but I just think it's like a fine jumper. Yeah, I don't dislike that. One of my favourites though is the next one. I hope it doesn't seem like I've said my favourites about every jumper. This is J. Crew men's, and I just love this jumper. I think it looks really cool, and I'm kind of after a few more of these like button-up men's jumpers because yeah, I just think this fits really nice. I've actually even looked on eBay for something similar in like another colour because I like it that much. And I always like tuck it into my jumper. It's a nice thin knit, and I love like how long the sleeves are. I just think this is a great jumper, and definitely one I'm keeping. It's actually got some holes here. It's not cashmere, so I'm not sure what happened to it. You can't tell like when I'm wearing it. I think I'm keeping it. It's got a bit of fluff. Gosh, this is a lot of jumpers. I have 2 hoodies. Oh, I'm starting to reach that point where I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna try this on. I'm gonna try on everything. I've said I will, and I will. This I wanted for ages. It's from Bravissimo, and it's essentially a cashmere hoodie. In hindsight, you do not need a cashmere hoodie because you can't really wear a hoodie to anything anything nice. Like, this is too casual for a meeting, and so a hoodie, like, I would wear a hoodie typically when I'm at home, and like it feels like a waste wearing like a nice cashmere jumper at home, or like gardening, or I don't know, like doing something where it runs the risk of it getting ruined. So although I'm keeping this, it's definitely not a jumper I would recommend. Oh, I don't want to like get makeup all over these. And actually, funnily enough, I end up wearing this way more. This is kind of starting to look a bit old though, so let me know if I should just get rid of this. This is a knitted hoodie from Primark. This is really, really old. Maybe like 10 years old. And it's like one of those things that I never thought I would end up wearing loads. But I actually do. Like year after year, I do feel like I come back to this. Although like weirdly, I feel like I would be okay to get rid of this. Should I get rid of it? I don't know. Like at the moment, I've got space in my wardrobe and I like it enough. But maybe at some point, I will get rid of it. And then kind of a newer jumper, but which I wear a lot, is this one from, I think it's from Quiz. Yeah, it's from Quiz. Honestly, this might be a little bit too big for me. It's a medium though, so not really. I just think actually it's a bit long. I probably would have preferred this if it was a bit more cropped. I quite enjoy a more of a v-neck because I think it suits my shape a bit more. Sorry if my hair has been crazy this whole video, but I'm trying on jumpers. I just find it like a comfy jumper with a little bit more visual interest than a lot of my jumpers. Okay, next we're trying on cardigans. I cannot believe I own this many cardigans. I would swear I own none. Again, this one came from my mother, and I can tell you now that this is not my colour because this is very much an autumn colour, and it's a bit big for me as well. It's just not quite right. It's just a shame. Like, I'm like tall-ish, I'm 5'7", but I just think this would be so much more flattering were it just slightly shorter. It just really adds like so much bulk there. But this one is going. It is originally from Toast. I loved this cardigan, but honestly I haven't been reaching for it as much. I think I actually might need to go in the wash. This was originally from Amazon. I think I probably had this, my guess is about 6 years. And like I said, I don't really wear it enough, but I would quite like to keep wearing it. Because this one's just slightly shorter, and even like these little V's I feel like are slightly more flattering than the last one. I'm keeping this one too. Oh, I do have one that's got a top, and honestly I'm sorry, but I'm just not trying on the top today. It's this one here. So the top looks like this. It's originally from New Look. I have like a little cardigan to go on top. This one kind of gives me very similar vibes to the Oliver Bonas one I showed a little bit earlier. Which colour suits me more? And should I keep both? I actually do really think I like this though. I enjoy wearing the crop top and the jumper, so I probably am going to keep this. Another item I love in my wardrobe is this one from Maine. I got it for 50p at a car boot, and I just think this colour really suits me, and I just think it's a good size. Like the sleeves are nice and slim, but on the body it's still like a little bit loose, and then I typically tuck it in. This is up there with one of my favourite cardigans. And then this one I think I'm going to probably get rid of. I don't hate it, I just don't love it. Yeah, I just don't find myself kind of reaching for this very much. I don't know, I'm going to keep it in my wardrobe for a little bit longer. Kind of going into spring, it seems like a nice little like throw on. But if it doesn't get worn, then I do think it probably should go soon. This is another stripy number from Quiz, but this time it is a cardigan. The reason I think I like a cardigan is because They are typically V-necks. V-necks kind of suit me more than a crew neck. But yeah, I do like this. Again, one I am going to keep. Cannot believe I have to now put everything away. On from that, this one from Me+Em, like a really lovely like thin cardigan. I don't really have anything else like this in my wardrobe, I would say. So I am going to keep this, and a little bit of colour for a change. So I am keeping this one. Again, it's one that I can tuck in. I find this one to be like relatively versatile as well. So one I am keeping. My camera battery is very much flashing at me. This one from Stradivarius. Very similar to the New Look one I tried on a second ago. Again, let me know if I should keep this. Which is like a plain one. Which, to be honest, I kind of think no. I don't wear this one enough. I'm going to get rid of this one, I think. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not wow. It's kind of like a cheap looking material. And then I have this one, which I find I wear a fair amount around Christmas. So I feel like it has more purpose to it because it's got a sparkly button. And I quite enjoy a sparkly button. So yeah, I think I'm like quite at peace with that. I'm going to get rid of the other one and keep this one. This like cashmere jumper thing, which looks like this. Again, it's one of those pieces that I think is a bit like casual to be made in cashmere, but I do like it. I just also think like these pockets are starting to kind of poke out at the end, which is a bit annoying. But I don't know if it just kind of needs a little wash. I think sometimes knitwear just needs a little wash, but equally you don't want to wash knitwear too much. 2 black cardigans. Let me know what you think. So this is number 1. I've had this cardigan, I think close to 10 years. This is super cropped and looks like this. Quite boxy though, I think, quite like a thick material. And then, and honestly, they're both looking a little bit worn. I think I need to kind of like spend a little bit of time and like debobble them all. And then I also have this one, which is slightly thinner, slightly longer, and looks like this. So let me know what you think. I think the issue is that I kind of don't love wearing this one open, whereas the other one I don't mind as much. We're on to the penultimate. I'm really hoping my battery holds out. This lilac cardigan looks like this. I haven't worn this in ages, but that's cute actually. It's annoying that this button is like slightly broken, and so it's like uglier than the other ones. I think I'm gonna wear this one soon. And then finally, one of my newer cardigans. This is from a brand called Trendle. And I like this. This one you will see every now and then on my Instagram. The only thing is, I think with it being a drop sleeve, a drop shoulder, I don't know if this just looks a bit odd. Again, it's one that I typically tuck in. That's the end of me trying on all of my jumpers. Let me know what you think. I was going to try on my jeans, but I actually think this is quite a long video as it is. So maybe I'm going to film that, but you'll see that next week. And then let me know if you also want to see me try on the rest of my wardrobe, which, like I said, really isn't as much as you'd think it is, considering this is kind of my job. Please let me know down below what you think I should keep and what I should get rid of. Have I made any mistakes of what I've kept? Have I made any mistakes of what I've got rid of? I'm going to have a cup of tea now because it turns out trying on crap loads of knitwear is tiring. And to be honest, it's just tea time. It's about 2:30, which for me really means I should have a cup of tea in my hand. But thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week Thursday for another video. Bye. Oh, I have to put everything away now.